Time to get down to business with Ari Rabinovitch. Hello, Ari.
Cynthia.
Okay, Ari, after years of soaring prices, people are going to like this story. We're finally starting to see some relief at the grocery stores.
Well, yes, Cynthia, but it also depends which aisle you're shopping in, so to speak, because it's not across the board, and it's definitely not a clear-cut situation where grocery stores are just saying, you know, we're cutting prices on everything. It's not that simple, but it should be a little bit of good news when you go to fill up your grocery cart. So the latest report on inflation from Statistics Canada, and again, inflation is not food prices. It's the amount that prices have increased compared to the last report. So, but the price increases have been slow. And some areas, their prices have indeed dropped. But the main reason for that is grocery stores are lowering prices for some items. And a lot of that, Cynthia, this should come as good news as well, is because of consumer-driven trends. So power to the consumer in that sense, because we are looking for more value wherever we can. If something seems cheaper, we're going to get it. And that's leading grocery stores to try to keep up. Some of the things that are coming down in price include things like local produce, cucumbers, grapes, iceberg lettuce, as well as crackers, canned tuna, spinach, also pasta, flour, roasted and ground coffee. But things that need to be imported, they're going up in price, Cynthia. One of the biggest things is olive oil, because we use it so much, and a lot of it is imported from places like Europe.
And it's already expensive. Okay. I like this next story. This is an interesting. Canadian music fans have long had a beef with Ticketmaster. We've done many stories on this. And the company is now under investigation across the pond. What's the story, Morning Glory?
See what I did there? I see what you did there. Well, what we will say is that our regulators, both in the United Kingdom and in the U.S., are looking back in anger, Cynthia. You could, so there, I give it back to you. Okay, so basically, Oasis announced their reunion. The first time they've toured really since 2009. They're going to be doing it next summer in parts of the UK and Ireland. Those tickets went on sale last week and sold out immediately, which is no surprise. But what did surprise hundreds of thousands of Oasis fans is how much they cost. Many waited in lines for, well, digital lines, I should say, for hours. And once they were given the opportunity to buy tickets, many of them were faced with ticket prices 2 times the original face value. And this is not resale. This is simply what Ticketmaster was charging. And it's based on that dynamic pricing model, kind of similar to surge pricing you see with companies like Uber, for instance. Well, the United Kingdom's regulators are launching an investigation into this, basically saying it's not fair. And that harkens back to what happened in May, Cynthia. The U.S. Justice Department, along with a group of states, sued Live Nation, alleging it's a ticketing monopoly and should be broken up. And it also comes after the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, which led a lot of fans to a similar experience, facing pressure to get those tickets and emptying their bank accounts to do so.
People are not happy about this.
Absolutely. Even if they get to see their favorite artists, it's at what cost?
Exactly. And they want it to be a fair cost, right?
Of course.
A major Canadian pharmacy chain is changing hands. Tell us about that, Ari.
Okay, well, the good news is, Cynthia, is that Rexall pharmacies are pretty much here to stay, and we might even see more of them in the future, and that's because Rexall, along with an online store called well.ca, have both been purchased by a private equity firm known as Birch Hill Equity Partners. That's a Toronto-based entity, and that also means that Rexall and well.ca will now be Canadian-owned, because it originally was owned by Texas-based McKesson's, and the financial details were not released, but Birch Hill's portfolio also includes the recently acquired Mastermind Toys, Sleep Country, as well as Ace Bakery. And at present, Rexall operates 385 stores and about 8,000 people are employed. And Birch Hill said in a statement that they're committed to maintaining what's already customers already know about Rexall, and also more stores will be added.
Interesting. All right. As always, great to talk to you, Ari. Thanks very much.
You as well, Cynthia. Thank you.